Welcome to the Goodyear City Council meeting. We're excited to have you be a part of this important public process. Tonight, you will have the opportunity to address City Council on both non-agenda and agenda items. The agendas and the speaker request cards are located on the tables outside of council chambers. You must fill out a speaker card in order to address the City Council. Please hand in your completed card to the City Clerk before the start of the meeting. If the meeting has already begun, please hand it to any city staff. You may also check the "I do not wish to speak" option on the card. This allows you to still voice your opinion on an item on the record without having to speak. Public comment on a non-agenda item will take place during the citizen comment portion of the evening. These are items that don't appear on tonight's formal agenda. The City Clerk will call your name when it's time for you to speak. At that time, please approach the podium and state your name for the record. We ask that you speak clearly into the microphone. You'll have a maximum of 3 minutes, and there is a timer visible from the podium. When the light changes from green to yellow, your time is coming to an end. When the light turns red, your time is up. Note that you may also choose not to speak if other speakers before you have said what you wanted to say. Shouting, cheering, and loud noises will not be tolerated, and violators may be removed for disrupting the meeting. Goodyear City Council meetings stream live on Facebook and YouTube, and online at goodyearaz.gov. Thank you for your participation in tonight's meeting.
I'd like to call the meeting to order. The date is January 27, 2020. Please join Councilmember Hampton in the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God, thank you for today, Lord. Just thank you for this great city and all of the residents that are here that make it their home. I just thank you for the staff here who every day are working hard for the people of the city as the front line, Lord. I just also want to pray for all our first responders, our police, our fire, and also our military that are abroad, Lord, just to be with them and give them guidance and wisdom, Lord. I just pray for the council, Lord, as we're making decisions, Lord, up here that benefit the good of the city, that you'll give us wisdom, give us guidance, and help us to make the best decisions possible. Thank you, Lord, also for all our volunteers that step up and just make our city even better than it is, Lord. Just thank you. Thank you for your grace, and thank you for your love. Your name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Councilman Hampton, for that prayer. We are all present this evening, so hello. I haven't seen you this week. It's nice to see you. So we have one communication item tonight, and I wouldn't say it's just one. It's a spectacular presentation tonight for two individuals that are here, and I'm very excited about it. So we're going to start to recognize Evelyn Howe first as the 2019 Citizen of the Year. Do I have it down there? There you are. I thought, did you just leave when I announced you? It's so good to see you, and you know how we feel about you. And you, thank you. You're just very special. Everywhere I go that you're supposed to be, you're there. And not just there, but working. So this is a pleasure for the council and myself. So it is Citizen of the Year, Miss Evelyn Howe. Whereas Evelyn Howe has demonstrated tremendous dedication to the city of Goodyear for over 8 consecutive years. Whereas Evelyn brings her extensive and professional experiences from her time working in corporate career to benefit our community. And whereas Evelyn has wholeheartedly committed her retired years to serving and coordinating various programs at the City of Goodyear, whereas she has selfishly contributed over 2,250 volunteer hours with enthusiasm and pride for helping others. Whereas Evelyn's heart is continually warmed by seeing other community members of all ages volunteering to support our efforts in providing the best service for the City of Goodyear. Whereas Evelyn ensures our popular Make a Difference Day celebration is well organized while humbly securing donations from various partners. Whereas Evelyn has proven herself time and time again to be an invaluable asset to our community. Whereas even though her family is located across the globe, she is proud to be a part of Goodyear family, and we forever are grateful for her commitment. So now there be it resolved that I, Georgia Lord, Mayor of the City of Goodyear, Arizona, do hereby proclaim Evelyn Howell as the 2019 Citizen of the Year for her leadership, her volunteerism, and dedication to the City of Goodyear. In witness thereof, I have set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Goodyear, Arizona, to be affixed to this 27th day of January, 2020. Congratulations. And a couple of things you're going to have to do tonight. You're going to have to say a few words.
Oh, I do?
Yeah. And you're going to have a picture with the council.
Oh, okay.
Because this is about the group of us. So
Okay.
I'm going to give you this. And will we call them up separately? Oh, no, we've got it right here. Council, quickly. I know this takes time, but we think it's really important for them to have a picture to take home with the entire council. So we just be patient. We'll be back.
Quick. Well, thank you so much for this honor. I couldn't believe it when I received Jessica Perry's email letting me know that I was selected 2019 Goodyear Citizen of the Year. It was totally unexpected, and I didn't feel worthy. When my husband Rick and I moved here, well, we retired from our jobs in Chicago and moved here to the City of Goodyear 10 years ago. I felt like I needed a purpose. And I found volunteering with the City of Goodyear and working with other volunteers. That was a great purpose for me. It was enjoyable. I had fun doing it. And as you mentioned, it warms my heart every time I see hundreds of volunteers putting in their invaluable time, helping the city and their neighbors in need. And I would say many of those volunteers could just as well be Goodyear Citizen of the Year. But I'm happy to take it on their behalf. And I'd like to say, one of those volunteers would always send me an email and sign off, proud to be Goodyear Citizen. And I am proud to be a Goodyear Citizen. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, the next one is the Corporate Citizen of the Year, Globe Corporation. This is very, very meaningful to me. And when we read this through it, you'll understand what's going to be happen in an area in Goodyear, and we're so excited about the new civic area. So I would like to call George Getz up from Globe Corporation. So I'm going to make you say some words. Okay, all right. All right, so 2019 Corporate Citizen of the Year, Globe Corporation. Whereas Globe Corporation made an unwavering decision to invest in the city of Goodyear over 20 years ago. And whereas the Getz family continue to have the confidence in the future of our community through the Great Recession era. And whereas the public-private partnership with the city of Goodyear was sincere, assured of their astounding commitment. I got to repeat that because I don't want to goof up on that. That is the real, with the city of Goodyear was sincere assurance of their outstanding commitment. And whereas the city of Goodyear is tremendously grateful for the opportunity to collaborate on a project which will advance our landscape for generations to come. And whereas Goodyear Civic Square at Australia Falls will swiftly become the heart of our deserving community. And whereas Globe Corporation's impact contributions will bring new business and provide a central gathering space for our residents. Whereas Globe Corporation will forever be known as a valued partner and as an esteemed member of our community. And whereas the entire city of Goodyear is grateful for this incredible investment and ongoing interest in ensuring the successful future of all of us. You and me and you in the city. I'm loving it. Now, therefore, it be resolved that I, Georgia Lord, Mayor of Goodyear, Arizona, do here proclaim Globe Corporation as 2019 Corporate Citizen of the Year for the investment and dedication to Goodyear. In witness whereof, I have set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Goodyear, Arizona, to be affixed this 27th day of January, 2020. Congratulations. Yes, we're going to get. First of all, you have your lovely, family here. So I'd like, you do. I'd like you to bring them up and introduce them. They're, I know they're part of your success.
They are.
So yes, and so we have your wife Diane, and then we have what is it, Sandy and Bert.
My mom and dad.
Mom and Dad. So Mom and Dad, come on up. Wife, come on up. So it takes a lot to have someone of the character of your son and your husband, okay? This doesn't happen every day, what the contributions made. So we want to come right up in the front and want a family picture right here. All right, council, you want to come in and join behind here or next? I think we have to double up.
Okay.
All right, and if you don't, I'll do it separately. Oh, what's easier? You want it separately? We'll do it separately. So I don't.
Come over here.
Oh, middle. All right, council, you ready?
No, that's okay. That's all right. All right, everybody look this way. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
I've asked Mr. Getz to say a few words.
Oh, I know you all have a long night tonight, so I'll make this brief. But we have been working closely with Mayor and Council and Julie and her staff for really over the last year and a half, maybe, year and a half, I think, probably, on what we consider is going to be a really exciting project for the city of Goodyear, and that is a brand new civic square with 2-acre park and plenty of office space, council chambers, which I know you'll all probably appreciate. You'll be able to come down from the 4th floor down to the ground floor for your meetings. You won't have to drive across from your other areas. So we're right in the middle of the planning stages, schematic design, and I think next month, actually, we have a big meeting with the council to maybe show you a few things that hopefully you'll be excited about. But we're excited to receive this award. Thank you for thinking of us. We do consider ourselves a citizen of this community, and we look forward to many years of working with you in the future. So thank you very much.
I might make more mistakes than I usually make. All right, the next one, we're going to go down to appointments. That's number 2 on the agenda, to establish the City Charter Review Committee, appoint members of the committee, which is very important, and approve the related budget transfer. So we have City Clerk Darcy McCracken. Darcy?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This is a request for Council to approve the actions to create the Charter Review Committee, appoint the members, and approve the budget transfer. The selected members have been contacted and have agreed to serve. Their terms will start tomorrow and end the 31st of October of this year. The slate of committee members include Renee Guillen, Kent Hedges, Jarrett Hickman, Kelly Kessler, Shawanda Randolph, Dave Schaefer, and Paul Smiley. We are also requesting that Council approve the budget transfer of $33,500 from the City Manager's General Fund contingency and $2,700 from the City Clerk's office. This will fund the facilitator and cover any meeting expenses. There's also a supplemental as part of the budget process to cover items after July 1st. With that, there will need to be 3 actions tonight: 1 to approve the resolution, the 2nd to appoint the members, and the 3rd to approve the budget transfers.
And after that, we'll have the oath of loyalty. Okay, so we're going to start for the first one. Can I have a motion, a second, to approve the ordinance number 2020-2025? Do I hear a motion?
Mayor, I'm sorry, I have to read the resolution into the record first.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm
Yeah, well, that's fine. Go ahead.
adopt resolution number 2020-2025, establishing the Charter Review Committee, providing for a termination of the Charter Review Committee, establishing bylaws, authorizing the city manager and/or appropriate staff to take all actions necessary to carry out the intent of the resolution, and establishing an effective date.
Thank you. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the ordinance number 2020-2025? Did I hear Councilman Campbell motion? Who was the second? Councilman Kano. So now we're open council discussion. Any council discussion? All right, roll call vote, please.
Vice Mayor Stipp?
Aye.
Councilmember Pizzillo?
Aye.
Councilmember Loretano?
Aye.
Councilmember Campbell?
Aye.
Councilmember Hampton?
Aye.
Councilmember Kano?
Aye.
Mayor Lord?
Aye.
The motion carries.
Next, we have the appointments to the Charter Review Committee. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the recommended appointments? Do I hear that motion?
So moved. Second.
I heard a motion by Councilman Loretano, a second by Councilman Pizzillo. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. We will now vote to approve the related 2020 budget transfers. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the related 2020 budget transfer? Did I hear that motion?
So moved. Second.
I heard a motion by Vice Mayor Stipp and a second by Councilman Hampton. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. The city clerk will now call the appointees forward and administer the oath of loyalty.
So if I could please have Renee Guillen, Kent Hedges, Jared Hickman, Kelly Kessler, Shawanda Randolph, Dave Schaefer, and Paul Smiley please come forward. You're gonna need this. Okay, if you'll just go ahead and line up through here, and then just face me. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly affirm. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And defend them against all enemies. Foreign and domestic. And that I will faithfully and impartially. Discharge the duties of committee member. According to the best of my ability. So I do affirm. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Do we have the cameraman or not?
I'll see you guys on the 13th.
Darcy, did the cameraman go away?
I'm sorry?
No picture, never mind, no picture. Can you just stay a
Wait,
moment?
wait.
Would you please have them stay just a moment? Council would like to have, they have comments. When you volunteer for committee, it's just not, well, we brought the picture. Did someone leave already?
Yeah, one did.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, okay.
He's probably in
Yeah,
his
go,
car.
go see if you can catch them. We just want to take this moment. This is not taken lightly when you volunteer for a committee. It's important to us. The end result even becomes spectacular many times. So the council likes to have that opportunity to tell you how they feel. So who's going first? Loretano? Councilman Loretano?
Obviously, thank you for stepping forward and volunteering, because without our volunteers, we don't have a good committee. We lost one, but we'll get everybody else back. And so we do thank you for your time and your dedication to the city.
Vice Mayor?
I'd obviously like to extend my thanks and appreciation as well. The Charter Review Committee it's a big deal. And this really is going to look at what we're going to be about in the future and how we grow. And there's very few opportunities that you really get to be part of shaping our future. So I think we all have very high expectations and look forward to your diverse backgrounds and the thoughts that you're going to bring to that, and keeping Goodyear great and allow us to be that in the future. So thank you very much.
Comments? Councilman Stitt and then Fazillo? We're back to that again.
Again, just to piggyback on what the vice mayor had said, one thing I always talk about everybody throughout the community is our volunteers. Without you, it's not the community that we have today. And anytime we need something, you all step up and take the reins. And this, as the vice mayor said, this is a very important committee on how we go in the future. And I want to thank you for stepping up and really looking forward to your results. Thank you.
Councilman Hampton?
Yeah, I'm going to repeat what everybody else said here, but thank you so much for your service. Thank you for stepping up. I know it'll take away time from your family and other responsibilities, so we appreciate you stepping up. This is our constitution for our city, and it's very rarely that we do change it, so we thank you for your diligence and your focus to help us provide a good product for the future of our city going forward. So thank you so much.
Councilman Kano?
One of the many things that Goodyear does well is involve citizens when we have important things to do and to consider. So I certainly appreciate the commitment that you have made for the 6 months to earnestly review the charter and make suggestions. We're very excited to hear what you have to say, and we do value your different perspectives. And we just thank you for acknowledging what's going on now, but having an eye for Goodyear's future as well.
Councilman Campbell?
Well, as you know, the charter is the framework by which we operate. And it's been a long time since we've had a citizens committee take a look at certain aspects of it. And this is why we have asked you to step forward and take a look and see what you think would be the best way for us to continue to operate, and how could we expand to be even better. Thank you so much for your willingness to serve. It is a very important committee, and I know you do not take this duty lightly, and we do appreciate your willingness to do it.
So we're going to send you off with all these inspiring words, and we look forward to the next meeting. Let's give a round of applause. Now is the time for citizens who would like to address the City Council on any non-agenda item within the jurisdiction of the Goodyear City Council. Are there any speaker cards?
Yes, Mayor.
Oh, okay.
Mark Peck.
So as you're coming up, you may know this, but I need to repeat this. The council will listen to comments. It may take any one of the following. 1, respond to criticism. 2, request that staff investigate and report on the matter. 3, request that the matter be scheduled on a future agenda. So each speaker is limited to 3 minutes. The yellow light will let you know you have 20 seconds left to speak. So before you speak, clearly identify yourself, clearly stating for the record your name, and if you are a Goodyear resident. Welcome.
Mayor Lord, Vice Mayor Stipp, members of the council, City Manager Arundel. My name is Dr. Mark Peck. I am not a resident of Goodyear. I reside at 2750 East Tanya Road, Cave Creek, Arizona. I am the proud father of fire engineer Austin Peck, who died of sinonasal undifferentiated carcinoma, or SNUC. As you are aware, his cancer was contracted while Austin served your citizens and visitors during his tenure as public servant in Goodyear. End of watch, August 31st, 2019. I'm here today before you to ask you to act decisively to accept Austin's claim posthumously and that of Gilbert Aguirre, who still today remains fighting cancer in your city and the city of Goodyear, and Copper Point Insurance Companies, along with his own medical insurance company, to receive his duly earned benefit of protection from workplace injury and illness established in statute. Just today, I testified before the Senate Committee on SB 1160 that has been constructed to close loopholes that cities like Goodyear and Casa Grande and insurance companies like Copper Point use to defer their responsibility to protect their firefighters. Hiding under the false assertion that you cannot act because your workers' comp insurer Copper Point prohibits you enacting the claims despite their denial is beneath you all as city leaders. It has been 140 days since I appeared before you to thank your fire department for its support of Austin and to appeal your sense of justice and fairness and acceptance of Austin's claim. And that of Goodyear engineer Gilbert Aguirre. As you know, their cancers clearly identify in current statute, and yet the city of Goodyear denied claims based on deferment of responsibility to Copper Point and their incompetent, illegitimate cancer denier, Jason Salganic, who to this day has not seen a cancer that he would categorize as related to work. 30 plus cases and counting. Goodyear knowingly accepted the fact that Copper Point used this seemingly willful, ignorant physician to render findings in both Gilbert and Austin's cases. That makes you complicit in the willful ignorance and denial of lawfully protected laws and claims. The work today at the legislature will rectify to close loopholes in ARS 231021 and 23901 that have been exploited by third-party administrators and Goodyear to deny firefighters duly earned protections against
Don't worry about
workplace
them.
injuries.
I will allow overtime, so just
I'll
keep
go
it
just a
talking.
little. I'll
Yes,
keep
you
it
may
brief. I
go.
appreciate
You have
that.
my permission.
Their prior work in 2001, 2003, and 2017 was extraordinary, but sadly did not anticipate tactics being used to deny benefits to insured public servants. They could not have anticipated the utilization of unqualified and uninformed or willfully ignorant physicians as medical experts at the direction of cities and towns who either knowingly or unknowingly outsource the protection of their employees from workplace injury. They could not have anticipated the deluge of science and evidence that prove our firefighters, and now tragically it seems our law enforcement protectors, are exposed to ever-increasing threats in the form of carcinogens in the workplace. And most tragically, they could not have anticipated the epidemic illness and fatalities caused by our public safety heroes who placed their lives at risk to save others. Their work today will go a long way to assuring the additional cancers of ovaries and breast that are in the presumptive statute. Their work today will end the afflicted and dying being asked on which call, on which day, which shift, and from which chemical did you get your cancer? These questions asked by thoughtless administrative law judges, inhumane legal defense attorneys, and intentional denial of claims by cities and towns like Goodyear because they are fearful of the costs of accepting such claims. This revision will end ill-informed and unqualified physicians' assertion that because they have no experience with the type of cancer the victim has contracted, that the burden of proof is on the injured to be conclusive and irrebuttable. As Austin battled snuck in his last hours, he asked me to fight to defend the firefighters currently battling their cities and third-party administrators so they can simply fight their own battle against cancer contracted while protecting the citizens and visitors of their communities. Goodyear Engineer Gilbert Aguirre is fighting both Copper Point and the city of Goodyear, who are knowingly trying to run out the clock on his claim, as they did with Austin Peck. The city claims you can't find any IMEs, independent medical examiners, who are qualified to review Gilbert's case. Yet we're provided 4 names of qualified physicians, of which the commission has not yet contacted. While the city has reportedly asked Copper Point to do the right thing and accept the claim, nothing has been done, and nothing prohibits you from rejecting their decision and paying the claim from the city's contingency fund. Your citizens implore you to support your firefighters, peace officers, and first responders, those employees that would not even consider denying you all the coverage you may need in an emergency. I'm quite sure the resolution of Gilbert's claim and that of Austin's will be substantially less expensive than the failure to do so by the city manager and risk management department. I ask that you direct them to accept the claims of engineers Gilbert Aguirre and Austin Peck immediately.
Thank you.
For hearing my comments.
You're
in
welcome.
overtime.
Thank you very much. And I turn this, any response over to our lawyer and our city manager.
Madam Mayor, members of council, as you're aware, we're constricted by the open meeting law
Yes.
about discussing these items tonight.
Right,
And
right.
certainly some of these matters involve HIPAA issues and medical privacy, so we really can't talk about it in a public forum.
Thank
But
you.
we will report back to council.
I don't usually let
I
people
appreciate that.
extend the time, but I felt that you had something you wanted to say. You had that opportunity to say it, and I appreciate you being
And I
brave
appreciate
and
you
come
listening
before.
and giving me more
All
time.
right, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, are there any other speaker cards or anybody in the
No, ma'am.
audience want to speak? All right, then will the city clerk please read the consent agenda items 3 through 9 by title only, please?
Number 3, approval of minutes. Number 4, adopt resolution number 2020-2024, approving and adopting development impact fee study, approving development fees and the methodology and the calculation of the development impact fee study, providing for corrections and providing for an effective date. 2, adopt ordinance number 2020-1461, amending Article 9-8, development fees of Chapter 9 of the Goodyear City Code, providing for an effective date, providing for the repeal of conflicting codes and ordinances, providing for preservation of existing rights and obligations, providing for severability, and providing for correction of Scrivener's errors. Number 5, approve expenditures of $761,500 for the purchase of water meters and a related budget transfer. Number 6, adopt resolution number 2020-2022, authorizing the execution and recordation of a termination of an existing emergency vehicle access easement dedicated on the final plat for Phoenix 1011 Phase 1, authorizing acceptance and recordation of a replacement emergency access easement, providing directions for the recordation of the termination of an existing emergency vehicle access easement, and the replacement emergency access easement and providing for an effective date. 2, accept 2 public water facilities easements attached hereto, which are associated with the Phoenix 1011 project. Number 7, adopt resolution number 2020-2027, authorizing the city attorney to bring actions as necessary under the authority of eminent domain to acquire such property interest required for the Goodyear Water Treatment Facility and raw water pipeline delivery project for just compensation as determined by the court or jury. Number 8, approve the final plat for Pebble Creek Phase 2, Unit 49B. And number 9, reapprove the final plat of First Park PV 303, Phase 2.
Thank you. Does anyone on the council wish to remove an item from the consent agenda? All right. Can I have a motion, a second, to approve items 3 through 9? Do I hear that motion?
So moved.
Second.
I heard a motion from Vice Mayor Stipp and Councilman Pizzillo. Roll call vote, please.
Vice Mayor Stipp?
Aye.
Councilmember Loretano?
Aye.
Councilmember Campbell?
Aye.
Councilmember Hampton?
Aye.
Councilmember Kano?
Aye.
Councilmember Pizzillo?
Aye.
Mayor Lord?
Aye.
The motion carries.
All right, we're going to open a public meeting on number 10, and we will continue this to the February 10th. Is that the date that,
That is correct, Mayor, and I
Okay,
do have
all
one
right.
speaker card for tonight.
and we're not going to close the meeting. It's an active public meeting, right?
Right, it's still a public hearing, and we have a speaker that can speak tonight then.
Okay, so I'm done, right? Do I say-
We have to hear the speaker.
Oh, the
Daniel
speaker is here? Okay.
Tracewell? Tradewell?
We might have had this on that consent.
Mayor and Council, my name is Daniel Tracewell, and I'm speaking for the Hancock communities at Canyon Trails. We got a small picture of what they're doing in the mail, and they want to use our back existing fence as their fence for their properties. For all the, they're putting in, I believe it's 561 single-unit apartments back there, or single-family homes. I have a bunch of pictures. I will be submitting them at the February 5th. Our fence is 16 years old, and I have a lot of pictures of, it's a little 4-inch fence, and it's deteriorating very rapidly, and they don't want to put a new fence up behind it. I don't know why, but and the problem is also that our property is at this level. The new properties are 1.5 feet above it. So they'll just be in their backyard looking over into our backyard. And we'd like to have the city look at the fence and before they approve the having it done. Because they say they can't build it any higher because it's a small fence. We won't take it. And so we would like them to have to build a higher fence behind it. That's it. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Council, I'd like to remind you to wait for a motion second till we have,
No
it'd
motion.
be later it's coming back?
It'll be coming back
Yes.
on February 10th.
And they make the decision then?
And at that point,
That's
we'll
what I'm
get a
trying to say in my
presentation
own way, okay? All right. So we're finished with that, correct? All right. And let's go to the next one, 11, on business to approve the preliminary plat for Estrella parcel 12.24. Alex, oh no, it's not Alex, okay. Oh, yes, it is. Alex Latinsky to present.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, council members. The preliminary plat that I have before you tonight is parcel 12.24 in Estrella. The preliminary plat is located within the Estrella Phase 1 PAD, designated as single family. That's this red outline box. It's across from the Gulf Village community within Estrella. To the south is the 12.23 parcel, which you recently approved for preliminary plat as well. To the north is property designated as junior high school property. We have been in talks with Newland, and they will possibly be coming in with a rezone to that parcel for residential, but that's not the item before you tonight. The parcel consists of approximately 24 acres that includes 80 lots. The lot sizes are 47 by 115, which meets the requirements of the zoning. The access points, there's 2 entries off of Estrella Parkway, one on this Windrift Road. The second one is, street name's unidentified at this point. However, there will be 2 main entries from Estrella and then 2 connections into parcel 12.23. That is all I have as far as a presentation for you. It does meet the city requirements, and Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval on January 15th. Mr. Tykes here if you have any questions, and I can answer any questions as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Are there any speaker cards?
No, Mayor.
All right. Would anybody in the audience like to speak? And can I have a motion, a second, to approve the preliminary plat for Estrella parcel 12.24, subject to stipulations? Do I hear that motion?
So moved.
Second.
I heard a motion from Councilman Loretano, a second from Councilman Basillo. Open for council discussion. No discussion? All right. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you very much. Let's go to number 12, item to authorize a quiet title action for easements on Goodyear surface water treatment facility property. We have Lisa Maxey Mullins presenting. Lisa?
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Lisa Mullins with the City Attorney's Office, Assistant City Attorney, and I'm here to request the Council's authorization for the City Attorney's Office to move forward with a quiet title action. The purpose of the action is to obtain a judicial determination regarding an easement holder's rights in a piece of property owned by the city at this point. As you know, City Council, City staff, we've been working diligently for 2 years to secure water for our future needs for this city. A part of that plan has been the approval of the SRP CAP agreement for water transportation. Council has also approved the expenditure of funds for the construction of the facilities necessary for this project. And also, Council has authorized the City Manager's Office and the City Attorney's Office to move forward with the acquisition of property rights necessary for this project. So the piece of property in question is up on the Elmo. This property was acquired by the city in 2018. When we acquired the property, it was encumbered by a sewer easement and a temporary construction easement. However, the original construction plans indicated that the easement would not be impacted. Subsequently, as you know, construction plans change. Also, we knew that that easement was primarily for the benefit of the city for our future sewer facility needs. So the construction plans changed. As you can see, there are portions of the easement that will be impacted by our rapid mix facility, the pavement associated with the water treatment facility site, and also the surge tank that will be installed in a portion of the easement. City staff has evaluated the easement documents, the future needs of the city, and at this point, we're requesting that the council take action and authorize us, the City Attorney's Office, to move forward with a quiet title action and approve the recommendation that's set forth in the council action report.
Thank you very much, and well said, Ms. Mullins. Very well done. Are there any speaker cards?
No, Mayor.
Would anybody in the audience like to speak? All right. Will the city clerk please read resolution number 2020-2028 by title only, please?
Adopt resolution number 2020-2028, authorizing the city attorney to enter into quiet title actions as necessary to obtain judicial determinations as to the easement owner's interests in the Goodyear surface water treatment facility property.
Thank you. Can I have a motion, a second, to approve resolution number 2020-2028? Do I hear that motion?
So moved.
I heard a motion by Councilman Campbell and a second by Vice Mayor Stipp. Open for council discussion? No discussion? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Vice Mayor Stipp?
Aye.
Councilmember Campbell?
Aye.
Councilmember Hampton? Aye. Councilmember Kano?
Aye.
Councilmember Pizzillo?
Aye.
Councilmember Loretano?
Aye.
Mayor Lord?
Aye.
The motion carries.
Thank you. Well, the last item in business is to authorize a reorganization of the city manager's office. City Manager Julia Arundel will present.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Council. When I have a vacancy in any of my positions, it's my practice to evaluate the position and make sure it's still serving the needs of the city. So we recently had a position become vacant, our governmental affairs manager. And in reviewing that position, I felt it was in the best interest of the city that the position be solely focused on the responsibilities of governmental affairs. Our last incumbent in the position was responsible not only for government relations, but also supervised mayor and council staff and neighborhood services and grant management. So my request for council tonight is that I have a sole purpose governmental relations manager and that we reinstate the assistant to the city manager position that had previously existed. By reinstating this position, they would take on those supervisory responsibilities for those 5 staff members that had previously been reporting to this other position, and also could provide support to myself and my office for special projects and strategic planning type initiatives. I would like to point out when I joined the city in 2018, we had 22 employees working for the city manager's office. I've done a lot of restructuring to place a lot of those positions where I believe that they're more needed. So with the reinstatement of this position, the city manager's office would be at a 13 FTE allocation. So with that be, I'd be pleased to answer any questions.
Thank you. Are there any speaker cards?
No, Mayor.
Would anybody in the audience like to speak? Can I have a motion a second to authorize the reorganization of the city manager's office, resulting in an increase to the full-time equivalent FTE employee count by 1 position, and authorize the associated budget transfer in the amount of $57,000, utilizing the ongoing portion of the city manager's general fund contingency for 2020. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I heard a motion from Councilman Kano and a second from Councilman Pizzillo. Open for council discussion. Councilman Pizzillo.
Refresh me, Julie, is that already an authorized FTE in our big scheme of the 600 employees?
It is not. So when the position, the assistant to the city manager position became vacant in January of 19, again, reevaluated that position and there was a higher need. And so we transferred that FTE to become a deputy director of engineering in support of our CIP program. So that FTE had been given to the engineering department. And so by asking for it to be reinstated in the city manager's office, it does add an FTE to the system.
Okay, there is no FTE, there is not another one throughout the city that you can move over so it doesn't increase our total count?
I did search, and we do not have an FTE that was available. So my use of the ongoing city manager's contingency was the next option.
Okay, so I assume in the budget process that'll become more of a permanent type of thing since, okay, thank you.
That's correct.
Any other questions? All right. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? All right, the ayes have it. Well, we're at the end of it. How about that? Didn't last long. So does council have any comments or accommodations, reports, or any current events? Nobody? Okay, then I'm going to turn it over to the city manager to see if there's anything to report.
Thank you. So I'd first like to provide an update on the Arizona Balloon Classic that was held this past weekend. It ran Friday through Sunday. We attracted nearly 18,000 spectators over the weekend, which was similar to our attendance last year, and the event organizers are already looking to book dates for 2021. Wanted to provide an update that our Arts and Culture Commission held a retreat at Adelante. It's important I get that right, because Adelante opened their facility for our Arts and Culture Commission to hold their retreat on Saturday. Council will receive a full update on the outcome of their retreat in April when they make their annual presentation to Council. And then last but not least, wanted to talk about the Heart and Soul Run, which is upcoming on Saturday, February 1st, held at the Goodyear Ballpark. The event starts at 7 a.m. and the 5K race kicks off at 9 a.m. The 1 Mile Family Fun Run Walk will start at 9:15. Advanced registration is now open and on-site registration will be accepted. Something new this year is the addition of the Paw Squad, so be ready to race next to some four-legged furry friends whom will also receive a free pet bandana at the pet-friendly event. The event will also have vendor booths, music, and dance and cheer performances. All registrants receive a keepsake runner's cinch bag, dry fit shirt, and a finished medal. The event is scheduled to conclude at 11 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, the next meeting will be a work session on February 3, 2020 at 5 p.m. There being no further business to discuss, I'm going to adjourn the meeting. So I'm assuming you're all okay with your questions and respond. All right, this meeting is adjourned.